So we have this expression, which is a quadratic equation, and it says that t is a constant. If the equation has no real solutions, which of the following could be the value of t? So we're looking for a value of t which will give x to be non-real solution, right? So with this, we can use the quadratic formula to try and find out. So the formula says the solution x would be minus b over 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now the solution, so this is from the general quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, right? Where a, b, and c are constants, right? A is a coefficient of x squared, b is a coefficient of x, all right? So what is under the square root sign determines whether or not this x will have a real solution, right? Or it will have one real solution or two real solutions or none at all, right? As soon as the expression under the square root sign becomes negative, we know we cannot find the square root of a negative number. It will become imaginary. So that's the condition we're going to try and depend on for the question given. All right, so we try to rewrite our expression like this, 4x. And I bring the t over to the left, right? So we're saying that if what is under the square root sign is less than 0, then we have a problem. So if square root of b squared minus 4ac, right, is less than 0, then we do not have a real solution. So let's go ahead and substitute the values for b, a, and c. So for b, the coefficient is what? Minus 4, right? So we have square root of minus 4 all squared minus the 4 here, multiplied by the coefficient of x squared, which is 2, multiplied by the constant, which in this case is minus t. Right? So this in effect becomes square root of 16 minus, and then we have minus 8 times minus t. So this becomes plus what? 8t. And we're saying that this is less than 0. Less than 0 here. Right? We can square both sides to get rid of the square root sign. So I square this, square that. So I have 16 plus 8t, still less than 0. And from here I can find the value of t. 8t, right? If I subtract 16 from both sides, 8t is equal to, it's less than minus 16. Now I divide both sides by 8. Right? So with this, our t becomes less than minus 2. So looking for values of t which are less than -2. Once we have those, it will cause the expression under the square root sign to be less than 0 or negative. And in that case, we do not have real solutions. So we look through the answers, right? We notice that there's -3 here. -3 is certainly less than -2, because on the number line, you have 0 here, -1, -2, -3. So the further you go to the left, the smaller the number becomes. And then to the right, you get big numbers, right? So A will be our answer in this case.